Hello again, third graders. We are continuing to use our planning sheet to make our draft for our personal narrative. Yesterday, or a couple days ago at least, you have done your introduction. We did that in pink, right? That was our beginning. Now we are going to work on the middle of our story. So in my example, the middle part of our story is obviously the middle paragraph. You can see again it is indented. It moves in, there's that space, and it has many details in the middle. Usually the middle is the longest one. It will have the most information. Now, when you are doing your middle, you are looking to what you have wrote about for the middle, but you're going to have to add a lot of details. That middle is going to be where it introduces a problem or you're trying to solve something. And it's also, if you're not having a problem in your story, it might be where you go and do a bunch of things. Like maybe you go on a bunch of rides at Cedar Point, or you visit a bunch of attractions at the fair. Okay, you're going to be talking about all the action, all the things that you're doing. So let's go ahead and see what that looks like for my example. Okay, so here's my paragraph 1. This should already be done on your pink paper. Now you should have a blue paper. Have your blue paper out. On the top, we're going to write P2 because we're going to write paragraph 2. And this is our middle. Do this on your paper. Again, write your initials in the corner with your class number in case your paper gets lost. And you're going to draw the quick little arrow to indent. Now, when you write your final copy, you won't write that arrow. You'll just space it. You'll just space your first word in. But for our draft, we will. And then you're going to put an X on every other line. So don't put an X on the arrow line, but every other line, go ahead and do this on your paper now. Pause the video and press play when you are done getting your paper set up just like this. Pause now. All right, your paper should look like mine. Now it is time to see what it looks like to do your middle paragraph. So I'm going to insert my plan because I'm not going to just write something random. I'm going to use my plan to help me. Now I left off in the middle, and I might want to look back at what my last sentence was. So my last sentence was, or my last two sentences were, this was our first time there and found many cool loops to ride on. We were having a blast. Okay, so I was on the scooter and we were riding around the loops. So my first thing in the middle that I wrote was loops and more loops. So maybe I should explain what a loop is to my reader. So maybe I should say something like this. My sister and I rode our scooters fast around the circular loops, period. We could see all the campers having fun. Can you picture the loop now? It's going to have campers all the way around it. Now I'm going to have to explain, if there are so many loops, how am I getting from one loop to another? So I'll say something like, each time we thought a loop would end, it connected to a new one. We explored loop after loop. So I explained how there were loops and more loops. Did I talk about how I was amazed about how big this campground is? Not yet, so I need to write something about that. I was shocked at how big the campground was. Oops, I spelled that wrong, but I can fix it later. My sister was amazed. Did I talk about how I was amazed or how big it was? Yep. Then it says, is the tent up? Okay, so I need to have that be my question. I could do this two ways. I could say, I wondered if the tent was up, or I could actually make myself talk. So if I want to say that I actually talked, I would need to put it in quotation marks, because when you have people talking, they have to go in quotation marks. I suggest only using quotation marks like once or twice. Oops, where did that picture go? Oh no. All right, I'll have to insert it again. 1 second. Add, crop. Sorry about this. All right, so I might say something like, in quotation marks, do you think Mom and Dad have the tent up? Question mark, end quotation mark, asked Adrian. Now, I don't know if she really asked me that. I can make up things a little bit in my story to make them a little bit more interesting. It seems realistic enough. It could have happened. So, do you think Mom and Dad have the tent up? Asked Adrian. We agreed to ride back and check. So now I've done 1, I've done 2, I've done 3. Uh-oh, did I talk about getting lost and feeling scared? Not yet, so that's next. So I need to move this. I need to write about getting lost. I'm going to use a transition word like suddenly or next. So then we tried to I already wrote ride back, so to find our way back. Then we try to find our way back. Uh-oh. We realized we were lost. Now I could stop there, but I want to add some details. So maybe I add something like, my heart sank and I'm out of room. So I would go to the back side of my paper. I'll insert a new paper because I'm on the iPad, but you would just turn your paper over and again, make X's on the back. All right, so I ended by saying, we realized we were lost, my heart sank, and my face, or no, maybe I want my eyes. My eyes got wide. That would tell the reader that I was scared. Got wide. Uh-oh, we realized we were lost. My heart sank and my eyes got wide. Adrian started to cry. How would we ever find our campsite? Did I do everything on my list? Let's see. Do I have lost, feeling scared? Yes, I do. So now I am done. So I'm not going to move on to the ending until I'm writing that paragraph, and that will be tomorrow. Go ahead and try writing your middle now.